I think I may have found some delightful news when it comes to Zebec, and more specifically, I'm talking about the Zebec cards. Even though nothing I say is financial advice, not too long ago, when it comes to Zebec's, card account on X, it did announce that they're teaming up with Cryptotonics or Cryptonopics. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but besides that point, and this is done to bring Pix powered crypto access to Zebec cards. Now, why is this pretty interesting? Because this is allegedly kind of surrounding Brazil. Because if we take a look at Pix, by the way, Pix is spelled Pix, and Pix, by the way, is an instant payment system developed by the Central Bank of Brazil. And, I can speak a little bit of Portuguese actually, and if I translate the Central Bank of Brazil, it's Banco Central do Brasil. Eu falo mais ou menos, né? Não muito bem, mas não muito mal também. I just said it kind of translates to, again, Banco Central do Brasil, and I said I speak not so good, but then not so bad either. But even besides that point, when I take a look at the Zebec cards, some people out there, they like to think, oh man, it's not really that interesting and whatnot. But then I still find it pretty unique. I still find it pretty, like, kind of integral to Zebec because, of course, I get it. Zebec, not too long ago, they acquired Science Card UK. They kind of entered the world of education there. Also Gate Knox, and allegedly through that, they're kind of intending to be more compliant focused, I would assume from that, right? And also we know that Zebec is focused on RWAs, focused on AI-based PayFi. So I kind of like, how the Zebec cards is still kind of bringing more, I would say, updates to Zebec overall. It feels like something that just kind of interesting to me because when I believe in a project, I get it. Not every single project out there is necessarily going to want to update or do this or that. Some of them just don't really care. But I like this when it comes to Zebec because it's not that it necessarily gives me confidence or anything like that in the project. Like, I believed in Zebec just, generally speaking, even before they kind of announce all this type of stuff. But then I kind of like it because I just kind of find it that it's a project that at least cares about the community, kind of gives updates, and just kind of lets them know, hey, this is what's going on. This is not gonna guarantee whether or not Zebec does this or that in the future. Who knows? But then, in my opinion, I kind of like it nonetheless because the way I take a look at something like, Zebec, it's a very interesting project, really reminds me of Ripple and Stellar, but then at the same time, way lower market cap than XRP and XLM. So this is kind of like something that I see, why wouldn't I, focus on it, right? And despite what people like to say, oh man, the market's not really waking up when it comes to altcoins, take a look at ZBCN going down. I'm totally aware of that. But in my opinion, I haven't forgotten about what happened to ZBCN not too long ago. It did that basically without much really going on for it, in my opinion. So what would happen if, let's say, we do see a fully fledged type of hypothetical altcoin season? 10 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I mean, if let's say ZBCN were to go to the price of 10 cents, considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $8.5 billion. It's around 27x from here. Not too long ago, it was actually around like an 11x or whatever. So it's dropped by quite a lot. But you know what? I haven't given up when it comes to ZBCN. I'm still going to stay patient because there's only one thing I can control in all of this, and that's myself. So I'm going to be dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting. That's it. Because, yeah, sure, I can take a look back in history and see how altcoins usually, as a worst case scenario, peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event, which would actually mean around October this year based on the last Bitcoin halving event. Sure, I can take a look at stuff like that, but that's based off history, right? There's no way to really tell what's it going to be like this time around, but I could hypothetically assume that maybe it could look, maybe, let's say, better than back in 2021 because we just have way more crypto owners, allegedly. I mean, during the peak of that bull run that year in 2021, around 300 million. Now we have over 600 million crypto owners according to Crypto.com research, and we have not seen Bitcoin reach 150 grand, 200 grand, and we still already have this much. Keep in mind, altcoins are doing this, Bitcoin and whatnot, allegedly, again, according to Crypto.com research, with over 600 million crypto owners. So if, let's say, this space did a lot better, what would the amount of crypto owners look like, right? So if I take a look at stuff like that, I'm still going to pay attention. I'm still going to be, patient and just treat it like a marathon. It's not a sprint for me. I'm still going to be dollar cost averaging into ZBCN because I believe in its future and around an $8.5 billion market cap. Keep in mind, even XRP right now has a market cap that is well beyond $100 billion. So what would ZBCN reach if, let's say, hypothetically, there was a fully fledged type of hypothetical altcoin season? Are we saying this is too much to ask for? Only time will tell, but It doesn't seem too outlandish to me, but I'm still going to stay patient and just wait because that's the only thing I can control. But in the meantime, I'm still going to focus on Zebec. I'm still going to focus on its fundamentals, and I do look forward to the updates to come in the future if, let's say, we do. But of course, I'm still very excited about the project nonetheless. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.